OnePlus phones are quietly disappearing from Best Buy stores across the US, and the company taking their place makes this story even more surprising. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. Walk into some Best Buy locations right now looking for a OnePlus 15, and instead of seeing the usual display units, you'll find empty shelves, or even more symbolically, you'll find nothing phones sitting exactly where OnePlus used to be. And honestly, if you know the history between these two brands, it almost feels poetic. This matters because for years, Best Buy was one of the only major retail chains in the US where regular people could actually walk in, hold a OnePlus phone, and try it out before buying. OnePlus never really had the kind of carrier partnership Samsung or Apple enjoy. You couldn't just walk into every Verizon or AT&T store and see their latest flagship sitting there. So physical shelf space at Best Buy was incredibly important for visibility. Now, that visibility is disappearing. The story first started getting attention after Reddit users noticed that local Best Buy stores had completely removed OnePlus demo units from display areas. At first, people thought maybe it was just a regional thing, but then more shoppers across the country started confirming the same thing. Entire OnePlus sections were suddenly gone. One report even mentioned that a Best Buy employee confirmed the phones had recently been removed from the floor. Research firm Wave 7 later backed this up after checking multiple locations. In one Southern California store, they reportedly found a OnePlus 15R still sitting there, but powered off, which is almost worse because customers couldn't even interact with it. And then came the detail that really turned this into a bigger story. According to Wave 7 and reporting shared through 9 to 5 Google, the replacement devices appearing in those spaces are the Nothing Phone 3 and Phone 4a Pro. That's where the symbolism hits hard. Carl Pei, the co-founder of OnePlus, famously left the company years ago to start Nothing. Now, his new brand is literally taking over OnePlus shelf space inside one of the only major US retailers that ever gave OnePlus a serious physical presence. You honestly couldn't write a cleaner full-circle moment than that. What makes this especially important is that OnePlus phones aren't fully gone yet. You can still buy them through Best Buy's website, and some stores still offer pickup, so technically the company hasn't been delisted. But in the smartphone market, being invisible in stores can be just as damaging as not existing at all. Most casual buyers discover phones by physically seeing them. They compare designs, check screens, test cameras, and ask employees questions. If a brand disappears from the showroom floor, average shoppers simply stop thinking about it. And unfortunately, this feels less like a temporary retail adjustment and more like another sign that OnePlus is slowly backing away from the US market. A few weeks ago, the company told PC Mag that it was evaluating its regional roadmap and product strategy in North America. Corporate statements like that usually sound vague on purpose, but most people read it as a warning sign. Then you combine that with reports about layoffs in Europe, leadership changes in India, and rumors about broader global restructuring timelines, and suddenly the Best Buy situation starts looking less accidental and more like part of a larger transition. For longtime Android fans, there's something genuinely bittersweet about this, because people forget just how important OnePlus used to feel. Back when the smartphone market was becoming dominated by expensive flagships, OnePlus came in with this rebellious attitude. They called themselves the flagship killer. Their phones delivered top-tier performance, clean software, and premium hardware at prices that undercut Samsung and Apple by hundreds of dollars. The early hype around OnePlus was real. Tech enthusiasts loved them because the company felt different. It felt community-driven. It felt focused. But over time, that identity slowly became harder to recognize. Prices climbed, software direction changed, product lines became more confusing, and in the US especially, the competition got brutal. Samsung tightened its grip on Android, Google kept improving Pixel phones, and newer brands struggled to build mainstream awareness. Ironically, nothing feels closer to the original OnePlus spirit than OnePlus itself. Minimalist design, enthusiast marketing, bold personality, and competitive pricing, it's easy to see why some fans feel like Carl Pei simply restarted the old formula under a new name. And now, seeing Nothing physically replace OnePlus in Best Buy almost feels like the passing of a torch. Of course, OnePlus hasn't officially confirmed any major US exit plans yet. Best Buy hasn't commented either, so technically there's still room for things to change. But retail shelves usually tell the truth before press releases do. And right now, those shelves are telling a very clear story. the company once known as the flagship killer may be quietly fading away in the US, one empty display at a time. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.